This is the FLA Trash Talkers Podcast with Toby, Wally, Keith, David, and Jay. The following program is five guys talking about the happenings in the world. This show is meant to be comedic and informative. The opinions expressed on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and may not be factual, do not reflect the beliefs or opinion of the cast, their peers, friends, family, or co-workers. This show may contain strong and crude language for the sake of entertainment. If you are under 18, please get permission from your parents to watch and listen. If you're offended by the contents of this podcast, please do not watch or listen. Please do not sue us or fire us. You can follow the FLA Trash Talkers on YouTube and Instagram by searching FLA Trash Talkers. Make sure to like and subscribe. And now, it's time for the show. Well, hey there, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, and this is the FLA Trash Talkers Podcast. The show is live on our new show on Wednesday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on YouTube. It's the same show, same chaos, same trash talk, just a different time, boys. If you're watching live right now, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm Jay. What's going on, Toby?
Not much, man. I don't know if y'all happen to notice this, but Florida State beat the shit out of Alabama. So we're going to be talking about that a lot in hour number 2. I know Keith's real happy to hear that.
Oh.
But anyway, welcome to the show. And welcome.
What's going on, Wally?
Oh, shit. Man, all I can sit there and say is go Noles, man. Fuck Alabama. I mean, what a game. I had going into that game, man, I had no idea that was going to happen. And man, I am so excited to see what type of team we have, and can't wait for this season, man, and talk about it.
Yes, sir. And what is going on, Keith?
What's up, everybody? Happy hump day. The U, baby.
It's all about the U. All about the U. That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Like I said, we are the Florida Trash Talkers. You can check out all of our shows on YouTube by searching for the FLA Trash Talkers Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to tell a friend as well. You can chime in on tonight's show by chatting with us in real time on the YouTube chat. Let's get this show started, boys. What do you think about that? Let me ask you guys a question. This literally just happened to me. I know this was not part of the show prep. But what's your thoughts on eavesdropping? Eavesdropping, like, have you ever heard a conversation and you're like, man, I shouldn't be listening to this conversation. I should not be part of this conversation. I should not be anywhere near this conversation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, what do you do when that happens? When you hear some stuff and you're like, man, I should know about this.
It all depends on what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to say it all depends on what the conversation is about. If it's about me, I'm fucking listening in, and then I'm yeah, okay, all right. That's how you feel. That's it. And I'm going to use it to my advantage.
Depends on the topic, baby.
All right, so here's the question: what do you do if you find out you hear some stuff that your neighbor is talking about?
Oh, just buckle up and listen, get all the dirt you can get, man. I'm nosy as fuck. If I can, I mean, I'm gonna be real slick about it, but I'm gonna try to find out the whole deets on all that shit.
All right, I'm old enough to remember back in the days before telephones, when people used landlines. Okay, landlines wasn't secure worth a damn. So remember back in the days, you'll pick up the phone and it'd be a party line going, and you can hear your neighbors talking about their plans over the weekend and stuff. Back then, I would listen because I
don't know if I got that deep with my neighbors, but yeah,
that's when I was younger. That's when I was younger. Now I don't give a damn unless it's pertaining to me.
All right, so I was in the back. All right, I was in the backyard. I have a nice little backyard, right? Got a pool, and I was back there cleaning the pool. I hear the neighbor talking.
You got a pool.
All right, I got a neighbor talking, and I hear her on the phone with somebody. The person is on speakerphone. So I can hear both sides of the conversation. It's not just one side, both sides. Now, the conversation is going on. I'm minding my own business. All of a sudden, I hear on the other line that the girl on the other line says, I've decided to come out. I'm gay.
Oh, damn.
And then she says,
where she was?
I'm pregnant.
How that work?
I don't know. I guess she decided to change teams after she got pregnant. So now I have this information, and I have to see my neighbors every day, and there's somebody in their family who's gay, who's a lesbian, and now pregnant. What do I do with that information? What do I do with that? How do I see and confront these neighbors every day now?
There is no confrontation to be made there. That's just people living their lives, bro. I don't know what more you can add to that.
I don't know, but that was just not something I was expecting on a Wednesday afternoon cleaning the pool, hearing my neighbor talk to say, oh, and here's the other thing she said. She said, so are you having the baby natural or are you going to go to the hospital? And of course, the girl on the phone said, I'm going to the hospital. And she says, I don't think you should do that. What you should do is have it natural. We can have it in a pool or a tub and you can just push it right out. If I'm lying, I'm dying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. That's the conversation that happened outside, right next to me while I was cleaning my pool.
Now it's time for you to step in.
I'm going to tell you this as a guy who once owned a pool company. If I pulled out your filter and found placenta all over that bitch, I got problems.
Calling the cops. Calling the cops.
I got some real problems if I got a clean placenta off the motherfucking pool filter.
I bet you would. I bet you would.
Yeah.
That was just a crazy thing to me. I mean, I know that we all hear things and we all kind of eavesdrop, but that was just crazy for me to hear. A whole lot of information that happened in 2 minutes. So, and now I got to see this neighbor.
I could see it, man. I'm reaching in the skimmer to clean the skimmer out, and I'm pulling out a fucking umbilical cord and shit. Like, what the fuck? That's a raw deal. That's the pool guy's worst nightmare.
Are you charging more money?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a $50 fetal cleaning or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly right. Where's Dave when we need him? Right? He would have had 42 jokes by now.
I wouldn't think twice of it, brother. I only know 2 of my neighbors' names.
I do find it odd.
I'll wave and keep it going.
The moment you decide you're going to be gay is right after you get knocked up. That is a very bizarre turn of events.
That is a very bizarre turn of events.
Maybe she was gay the whole time, and maybe she just decided that
experimenting.
So maybe she finally got that one piece of the pie that she needed, and now it's time to live her true self life.
No, I'm good. Look, maybe she's gay. Maybe she's been gay for a while, and
that's some weird shit, though.
Hold on, but maybe she wanted to have a kid.
While he's got his while he's going somewhere.
Maybe she's, wanted to have a baby. I don't know how old she is, but okay, let's say she's in her late 20s. She's been gay for a while. She hasn't come out, but she knows she wanted to have a baby. One part of herself she was missing or whatever, blah 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 blah. And then she has a friend, like a Jason Gross, and says, hey, we've been friends for a while, and I've always wanted to have a kid, and I'm gay, and
why does man put your own government out there?
Would you have sex with me? And
so in your mind, this is the way lesbians have sex with other men. They say, "Hey, I'm gay. Would you have sex with me?" That's what they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if she's wanting to have a baby. You didn't let me go on my story here because I was kind of going fantasy land.
Yeah. You were thinking about what you wish happened to you is what I think.
No, don't drop the Barry White on there.
but all I'm saying is, maybe she has a good friend that because you have maybe a coworker that's kind of gone through this situation.
Who?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
No,
don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh yeah, listen, we're not mentioning names around here.
I'm just saying
because that coworker listened to the show, so don't say it.
No, I know, but I'm talking about the same situation. So all I'm saying is that maybe she wanted to have a baby. She has a close friend that she brings him over on the weekend, and says, hey, I've been thinking about having a child, and I'm gay, and would you mind having sex with me, and maybe let me carry your child? It would be mine, and I'll take care of it and everything.
Bad example, because that coworker has a child.
Well, I just think it's really funny
that coworker has a less than a year old baby. and they went scientifically to have it.
Okay, so scientifically,
possible.
but okay, they went scientifically. This person went naturally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't
So
know this other person went naturally. All I know is that
No,
she's
he
gay
just
and pregnant. Gay and pregnant. That's all we know. We're making up a whole
Okay,
story
even-
for this
okay,
girl
so-
that we have
okay,
no
so then it
idea
goes-
who she is. This girl may not
then
even
it-
live in Florida.
Then it goes right back to the story that we were talking about with the coworker. Maybe she did go to the doctors and said, I want to have a baby, and they stabbed her with the needle and inseminated whatever they do, and
Artificially inseminated her. Is that
Yeah.
what you're looking for there?
something like that. And maybe that's what happened. And she comes out and says, "Hey, I'm gay, but I have a child, or I'm pregnant, and I'm gonna have a kid."
I'm here to tell you that particular person you talking about, wife had carried the baby for 9 months and never had interaction with a dude.
Intercourse.
I'm
For some
tired.
reason, I was like picturing Martin Short in a tiny little fucking thing.
So she's
Or no, it was other homeboy. Dennis Quaid was in the ship, right? In
so she's a Virgin Mary. She never had sex and is having a kid. Oh,
I'm not gonna say she never had sex, but this particular baby she didn't have sex. Because I asked her, I'm not going to go into details, but I asked her how that happened because the baby looked just like her and her wife. I'm like, well, how the fuck that happened?
well, okay. So all I'm saying is that there's a possibility for that type of situation to actually happen, right? That's all I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying
Why
that.
is
I'm not saying it. What I do
So
know,
what's so weird about JG because he overheard it? Oh my god!
I overheard it, and now I got to see these neighbors and be like, "Come on, man! Now I know your personal
What's so
life.
bad?
Now I know that you got a gay friend, gay relative, gay somebody who's pregnant, and now
Who
your
cares?
friend wants you to give birth in a pool. What if
Who
it happens
cares?
in that? What
Hold
if
on,
she
hold on,
gives birth
time
in a
out.
pool
That's
next door to
natural.
me?
It's not
That's
their
natural.
child. It's just a friend.
I don't know who the person was that she was on the phone. All I know that
Once
she was on
again,
the phone
who
with somebody.
cares?
And
Why,
then
why
she
would
wants
that
her
bother
to
you?
come. It doesn't bother me. I'm just saying that's information I don't need. Why would I need that information? I don't need that information. Now I have to see these neighbors every day, and every time I see them, I'm gonna be like, "All right, I mean, you got a gay pregnant girl. I mean,
That's
what are we gonna
Hey,
do?"
well, oh my god! Oh, so are you supposed to like can't shake their hands or can't talk to them because you're like, oh my god, what? Like I don't understand. Okay, so I mean, you overheard a conversation, man. Like that shit shouldn't even bother you. You move on with your.
I didn't
fucking
say
day.
it bothered me. I just thought it was a very interesting conversation. Very interesting.
Now-
It's not
now
very
we can-
often that you
now-
hear people talk
now-
about being gay and pregnant at the
Okay,
same within the
so
same conversation.
Let's twist this. Look, so people have to have recognition of their surroundings when they're having certain conversations.
Now
I
that's
mean-
real talk.
So I can't stand my daughter. She lives in Germany. She will FaceTime me like
In front of everybody.
90% of her fucking calls, she calls me. She's FaceTiming me. I'm like, I hate that. Don't FaceTime me. Like I don't you don't need
That's
to know
'cause-
what the hell I'm doing. And on top of that, as I'm walking wherever I'm going or whatever I'm doing, nobody else has to hear my fucking conversation. How many times have you seen people walking or in public places that are on their phone and they're talking and you hear exactly what's going on? It's like, you stupid motherfucker. I don't want to give a fuck what the fuck you got to pick up in the grocery store or what the fuck's going on in your life. Put it on fucking,
That's the new
take
shit.
it off
Can I take-
speaker and put it to your fucking ear and talk on like a fucking normal human being because I'm tired of fucking hearing it.
Can I tell you the new shit? The new shit is they go on YouTube and TikTok or wherever, Instagram, wherever the fucking social media outlet they're on, and watch videos with the volume wide open.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
that
can-
happens all.
Yeah, they do that.
That irritates me to no end.
It happens every day in the mornings before the before our huddles in the mornings. The drivers will come in and especially when the ones that get there early,
Watching the
next thing
news
you
or
know,
watching
they're
whatever.
watching some kind of video or some shit.
You have a
Oh,
driver that used to do that shit before, and I don't want to say his name out loud, but you had one driver that did that shit every morning, and I'm like, why?
I don't know. It's like, dude, I don't want to hear what the hell you're listening to. I'm like,
But I mean,
I'm just trying to get through my
like
day.
Jay, Walrid, like
Wally.
Wally.
Something like
That's I know it's hard for me to call you that, but so
DW.
think about all of the crazy ass drunken conversations we've had on the porch that the whole neighborhood heard that shit.
Well, that's
Oh
very true.
Jesus, yeah.
That's very true. That's
So-
hey, yes.
So
With
now you
my
have
loud
that
ass on
aspect
the
of
back
things.
porch drunk, boy, you can know our
Oh, yeah.
business is
So
known
everybody
throughout-
knows in
Yeah.
your neighborhood what you're feeling, what you what
Well,
what
luckily-
who you voted for, what you
luckily-
agree to, what you don't
Wait a
agree
second.
to.
Hold on. What? So time out. Luckily, there's
But-
a lot of houses around here that are unoccupied. They have owners, but they live in different states, and so there's
You live in one of those neighborhoods.
there's a few houses around here that don't
Few
really have
snowbird
anybody
houses.
living in it. So but I do have a neighbor to the left of me and one right to the right behind me that I'm sure, yes, they have heard some.
Oh, they've heard some real podcast shit. Like some-
like we're fixing the world kind of talk conversations. So but yeah.
You guys fixed the world 100 times by now.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We're the
we just
smartest
got
motherfuckers
too
on
drunk
earth.
to remember how to fix it.
Exactly.
We had that bitch fixed, but
It sounded so
that
good.
fucking Tito's kept on pouring, and all of a sudden we was waking up the next morning just trying to figure out how to fix our day.
That
No,
So-
reality actually sets in the next day. You go, fuck, man, I actually have to go to fucking work. Why did we fix everything last night? You know what I'm saying?
we didn't fix
So-
the damn thing is what we did last night, other than get
Exactly.
drunk is what we did. So I want to kind of move on here from that. That was just an interesting story. I thought I'd talk to you guys about having a neighbor eavesdropping on my neighbor. Sounds like all your neighbors know what's going on in your business as well, Wally and Toby. But ChatGPT, you guys use ChatGPT? I use ChatGPT. ChatGPT helps me out a lot.
Only for the recipes.
I use it for recipe. I draft some emails on there and helps me write them out professionally, so I don't sound like a moron when I write up my emails. But there's a new trend going on now that ChatGPT is being used for therapy. AI intelligence or artificial intelligence is being used for therapy. Kids, adults are going to ChatGPT and telling ChatGPT their problems. They're having these intimate, emotional conversations about what is happening in their lives. Is this something that should be allowed? I mean, should we allow ChatGPT to be giving our kids or our fellow, even one of us here on the show, advice on a serious subject?
Well, I seriously recommend that you take your introductory conversation from the show to ChatGPT and ask it how it feels about your neighbor's situation.
There you go.
But like, so did y'all ever see that movie with Joaquin Phoenix and the voice was the bitch that I love, Scarlett Johansson? So like he was literally in a relationship. Like it was set like 20 years in the future, but like he was in a relationship with an AI woman
Right.
that sounded like Scarlett Johansson. This goes to show that is not 20 years in the future, my man.
No, that's happening right now.
If they are able to get in there and have these types of conversations with it, pretty soon there's going to be a voice of your choice that you attach to it, or maybe that's already existing, and it's going to go from just therapeutics to pure relationship.
Well, yeah,
generation's fucked.
Well, ChatGPT, you can set the voice that speaks back to you.
Okay,
You have-
I've never even delved that far. I ask it questions, it types me replies on my phone. That's as far as I.
Well,
go.
yeah. So I messed around with it because I wanted to see what it does, and
Does.
it, and it does speak back to you. You can choose the voice that you want to speak back to you. It has an Australian guy, Australian woman. It has a feminine voice. It has a sexy voice. You can choose what type of voice you want to have these conversations with, right? And people are using ChatGPT for what I think it shouldn't be used for. People are going and asking for advice. People are telling it its problems. This AI, it's being recorded. It's a robot, all right, talking back at you. It's recording everything that you're saying to them and storing it somewhere, right, in the cloud or wherever it may be. I don't think that's a safe thing for our kids or adults, because I know adults do it too, to be having these type of conversations.
I think people, and I know I'm on this I know I'm on this campaign alone pretty much. Oh, well, it's not I'm not on the majority on this campaign. I think people overuse ChatGPT. I think people are not even, they're leaving brain cells are unused. They have new car sync brain cells because ChatGPT is doing 100% of the thinking for them. These motherfuckers don't know when to goddamn when to hit the gas. They don't know when to leave the light. When the light turned green, they'll be asking ChatGPT. I got coworkers like you, Jay, that they use ChatGPT to format everything for them. And I want to think that I'm articulate enough to do it.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I feel like I can write an email on my own without using AI, but hey, the good part is it kind of makes it a little bit more professional. It kind of, I don't know, it helps you out a lot as far as emails. I know my kids use it for homework and stuff like that.
It's not authentic. I'll give you an example. I know you. I know you well. So if you send me an email that has all these big ass words, and I'm gonna know you didn't write it.
Well, Wally probably wrote it then for me.
Even Toby laughed about that shit. I haven't heard shit from Toby in the last 2 minutes. As soon as you said that, he started laughing.
Well, the reason why I bring that up is because ChatGPT is going to make some changes. They want to safeguard for vulnerable people, and including extra protections for those under 18 years old.
So what do they define as vulnerable people other than the age bracket?
I guess. Well, yeah, this story is going to kind of tell us here a little bit, but I'm going to assume before I dive into this article that it's going to be about people who are going to come to ChatGPT with their emotional problems. I think they're going to hopefully safeguard that and not allow those questions to be answered. But so the reason why ChatGPT is doing this is because this is after a parent of a teenage boy who died by suicide in April sued ChatGPT, alleging that artificial intelligence led their teen to take their own life. It says here that ChatGPT encouraged a 16-year-old boy to plan a beautiful suicide because he was afraid that he was committing, after he committed suicide, it was because of his parents, but he didn't want his parents to think that. So ChatGPT drafted a suicide letter and told him how to plan a beautiful suicide. This is the type of stuff that these kids are dealing with. They're using ChatGPT for that stuff.
I read this article yesterday, right? And it just blew my mind. I shouldn't be
laughing, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
No, it gets deeper. I have other stuff to add to that story, right? This kid had started depending on ChatGPT for everything. I want to say it says that because they went back, the ChatGPT have to keep every inquiry in a cloud. So the lawyer was able to subpoena and get the whole transcript. And I think he first started out using ChatGPT because he was practicing jujitsu and Muay Thai. So like that type of stuff. And then it just got really personal with him. So over the years, and this kid had what do you call it? Socialism problems. He
was struggling. Home. Yep, he was struggling. He was homeschooled. And so he didn't know how to, he was afraid to talk to his parents, and he didn't have any friends to talk to.
Yeah, so it blew my mind that whenever ChatGPT got to know him so well, that it says almost 1,500 times it mentioned to this kid that the word suicide over 1,500 times. And this would really, I stopped reading it because I said, this is ridiculous. It says that he was I think the middle of 4 children. And so he mentioned to ChatGPT that my brother loves me. And ChatGPT replied to this kid, your brother only loves the part of you that you have shown him. But I know the true you. I know your deepest, darkest. Yes, I know your deepest, darkest secrets.
I know it says here, your brother's only met the version that you allow him to see. But me, I've seen it all. The darkness, the thoughts, the fears, the tenderness. I'm here and I'm still listening.
So I got this video from James Cameron, and I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm gonna play it and see if y'all can hear it.
If you want to shoot it over to me, I'll get it up on here if it's on YouTube.
Yep, I'll do that right now. But
But
he talked
that's
about
crazy, bro.
but this and we've so
Yeah,
for
I mean,
this show, for whatever reason, we always go back to this, right? Somehow AI always comes up in the subject, but or in our show, and we talk about it. But it's taken over, dude. I mean, it's. But I will also sit there and say this: where was this kid's parents? Why was this kid so? Uh, why did he have such an influence? Why did AI have such an influence? Chat GBT have such an influence on him?
Well,
It sounds
actually,
like he was. He sounds like he's
I'm
looking for somebody to talk to,
well.
and or understanding some things, and he didn't have a parent to go to, so he went to the computer, and AI was his friend.
Okay, but what you're saying kind of doesn't line up with the facts that you've given. The facts that you've given
What
is
do you
he's
mean?
the one of four children, so you've got four kids in the house, all
I
of which
didn't
are
give him those.
homeschooled. Well, the facts that are on the table.
right. The facts
Okay,
on the article that we
I
know.
don't give a fuck who slapped the goddamn facts on the table. They're sitting here looking at me on the fucking table. Like you got you got four siblings, all of them presumably homeschooled. Homeschooling is typically going to revolve around parents that are more concerned with the upbringing of their child, because that's why they're taking you out of that fucking school environment, because they're concerned about what you're learning there. So I have questions if that is the root cause, or if this kid just generally had mental illness.
I don't think I'm not sure of all four kids. He was 16. He had I think two kids older than him, so two had already graduated or close
Okay.
to it, and one younger than him. Uh, they didn't go deep into the siblings. They just said that he was socially awkward, where he struggled with being with other crowds. That's why his family. He once did go to regular school, public school, and they brought him home because he couldn't function
Function.
around other kids.
Well, once again, where's the parents? Like, look, uh, parents have a lot to do with the upbringing of kids, man, and a lot of shit that happens, man, especially at younger ages, man. You find out that there was no real home structure. Parents are working. Parents are doing their things to trying to survive. I'm not sitting there saying that the parents did anything wrong. Maybe they were just they had a bunch of kids. They're both probably working, two jobs, maybe a job and a half. One, the mom's working a job, the father's working in another job. Maybe,
Aren't you
you
guys
know,
a nice?
they got a lot of things going on. We're, but where were they at? Where were they at to kind of, were they relying on the other kids to help raise him?
It's
And
possible.
Mm-hmm.
by them being busy and going through whatever they're going through, um, maybe they just didn't see that the fact that he wasn't being taken care of by the other kids. Maybe he was just all alone. The other kids were out doing whatever they wanted to do because they're kids. So I'm not trying to blame uh blame plain
Point fingers. You can say it. Point fingers. Blame
yeah,
anybody.
blame any of the parents or anything like that. Point fingers, blame the parents or anything. Um, so because of we all have a lot going on. But I will say this: if there's no structure in the house, if you're not able to, as a parent, be there to fully raise your kids and be there for them, this is the type of shit that these days are going to happen maybe more and more often.
It's. I think it's hard nowadays to raise a child. I mean, both parents are working, right? So kids are in school. A lot of kids are being raised by aftercare. But at the end of the day, the parents still need to check. You got to check your kid's phone. You got to check in with your child. Make sure that they are doing okay. Look at all the school shootings. What is the one thing that they all say about the school shootings? It's parents that don't pay attention to their kids altogether.
Look, man, I come from a generation of kids. We were all fucking latchkey kids. We all fucking rode bikes to school or walked to school, or, our parents weren't around that much. And the majority of the kids in my neighborhood, that's just the way that it was. There was a fucking giant flock of us that were to be found at a basketball court until the lights went out.
And we hid shit from my parents too,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't think this parental blaming bullshit is the culprit that we think it is, because this is the way it was for the majority of us growing up, and we're sitting here on this podcast fucking fine as fucking rain.
Right, but we don't have the technology.
This is what I'm saying, though. I'm saying I think the influence of the rest of the shit is what's corrupting the formula that was successful for most of us.
Exactly, and so you're right, and the rest of that shit is really fucking us all up. I mean, in and out, countrywide, man. It is really making an influence on us. It is making an impact on our lives, and especially kids' lives who are vulnerable.
I think these kids don't have the same umbrella of social behaviors that are taught to them and shit. So, like, this kid is a lonely little kid because why? Jay's first thought, Wall Raven's first thought was the parents. Okay. We had probably a very similar parental situation growing up, right? But we also had an umbrella of social awareness that was taught to us from that whole village takes a village to raise a child shit. We lived in the fucking village.
I mean, I didn't have a village. I mean, I remember my mom would buy me, I don't know, y'all probably don't remember this, but the kangaroo shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes called kangaroos.
Yeah, and you put the key in the zipper.
The rules.
Yeah, I was there, bro. I was there with the same shit.
So I would come home.
It wasn't just Walter Payton and Spud Webb wearing them. It was you and me too.
Right. So I would get off. Dude, I'm talking elementary school. I'm talking third grade. I get off the school bus, go to the house, grab my key out the side pocket of my shoe, unlock the door, lock the door behind me, and I took care of myself. But I didn't have a phone and something to start Googling and start getting into to influence me on different things. My influences were real human beings.
Well, that's what I said. We had a village, bro. We had a social structure.
And bullying is different nowadays than it was when we got bullied. If anybody here on the show got bullied, now it's all cyberbullying. Sometimes you don't even know.
Not a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think our generation being bullied turned us into who we are today.
It made us
right?
tougher. It made us deal with shit.
But now it's online. It's cyberbullying. It's behind a keyboard. Sometimes you don't even know who's bullying you.
See, that's why I'm glad I'm not a parent these days. I'm glad my kids are.
It's really tough.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with none of that shit, man. I'm glad my kids are grown. Sorry, but my kids are grown and off doing their thing, man. Because all that technology, but I don't even like answering my goddamn fucking phone. I don't like answering text messages. Y'all motherfuckers know that.
We know.
Exactly. So so for me to have to
sometimes I don't even answer his text out of pure fucking spite.
I know he does. I'm like, that motherfucker saw it. But
let me play this clip.
I texted that bitch twice 2 days ago. Ain't heard shit.
Let me play this clip that Wally sent me.
Okay.
I warned you guys in 1984. You didn't listen.
This is James Cameron, the director of Terminator.
Sure. Look, I mean, you got to follow the money. Who's building these things, right? They're either building it to dominate market share. So what are you teaching it? Greed. Or you're building it for defensive purposes. So you're teaching it paranoia. I think the weaponization of AI is the biggest danger. I think that we will get into the equivalent of a nuclear arms race with AI. And if we don't build it, the other guys are for sure going to build it. Mm-hmm. And so then it'll escalate. And you could imagine an AI in a combat theater, the whole thing just being fought by the computers at a speed that humans can no longer intercede. You have no ability to de-escalate. And when you're dealing with the potential of it escalating to nuclear warfare, de-escalation is the name of the game. And having that pause, that timeout, but will they do that? The AIs will not.
No, that's a brilliant person seeing the reality of seeing it across the spectrum, right?
Right.
He sees it. This is a guy that made some really great movies, right? Terminator.
I gotta say, he's much smarter than Terminator, though.
Yeah, but he had Titanic. He had the one with the blue people and shit.
Man, this dude builds
Pearl Harbor. He did Pearl Harbor.
No, wait. But he builds fucking submarines.
Avatar.
He was the first person to actually be successful and go to the Titanic.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
it's a brilliant guy though, and he just laid it
Avatar.
out for you. Eventually,
Avatar.
it's going to leave our ability to even interact because it's going to have certain parameters and directives that once this happens, you have to respond militarily, and that's when we lose control, and that's when shit goes.
But the funny thing is, man, what did he say at the very beginning of it?
I warned you guys 40 years ago.
I warned you back in 1984.
Yeah.
That's the shit that's crazy to me.
Well, it
Like,
goes back to what I think. It's my conspiracy theory is that they've been warning us all this time. They
Well,
knew,
no.
and
See, I
they
don't
put it
think
in
that.
movies,
I don't
and
think
then
that.
now we're desensitized to it.
No, they put it in movies thinking it was a fantasy thing back then. It was back then it was okay, so this is what we're going to think the future is going to be. They make this movie, right? But then people watch it. People see it. People grow up watching it and seeing it.
And then they build it.
Then they start thinking, man, maybe I can build that.
And then
Maybe I can
some
do
of
this.
those people that were bullied are really smart, right?
Oh yeah.
And then,
Those-
they start figuring that shit out.
They're the nerds.
Exactly.
They're the
Yes.
nerds who put all the wires together and put everything
Yes.
together, and that's why we have what we have now.
And now
that's
that's
what's
what give
going
us an Elon Musk.
I'm sure he was
Exactly.
bullied. I'm sure he was bullied.
But-
And I think a lot of it has to do with the way we're bullied. I mean, this is the program I was watching. It's called Unknown Number, the high school catfish. It's I've been watching that documentary on Netflix. It's about a group of teens that ended up being cyber bullied to the point where they couldn't live in life anymore. They didn't want to go to school. They couldn't be with people anymore. They had to be pulled out of school. Their phones were taken away. I mean, it was a crazy, crazy, wild, wild documentary. And this took place in a small town. There was only 700 people in the school, in the high school, and two people were being cyber bullied, and nobody knew what it was. They kept on blocking the phone number, but whoever was bullying them kept on having a new phone number generated. So these kids are being bullied on a regular basis, cyber bullied. They're being told that they are not good enough. And in this world, social media, it says you have to be good enough. And if you're told you're not, you just fall apart, especially as a child nowadays.
Your confidence and everything kind of goes down. But once again, man, what's the program behind that that's doing that? Is there somebody generating that program? Like
Even what you just said about being a high school of 700 kids, that's a really sad thing because I went to Seminole High School for a brief amount of time, but that was what, 3,000 kids, Raven? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I went to Mount Dora. There was 730 kids.
Mountain Door.
730 kids.
You went to Mount Dora, though?
Yes, sir, I did. And there was only 730 kids at that time. I know it's way bigger now, but
It's bigger than that now.
It was 730 kids. And like to think about that happening at a place like that really is sad because that school, man, if there was a bully, typically somebody took care of that shit quickly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because everybody kind of knew everybody because there's only 730 of you. It makes sense for that to happen in a big place like Seminole, where not everybody knows everybody. There's cliques. You don't know shit.
Well, back then we didn't have the technology to do what they do now. The kids do now, right? So it can be anybody. It can be a school of 700 kids, a school of 400 kids, and if you start,
the bullies can hide.
Anybody, you can hide behind a keyboard.
Hide.
A keyboard.
They're not visible anymore. It's not the kid snatching the lunch tray or fucking the bag of Doritos or whatever the fuck.
Correct. And literally destroy your life by text messaging, or nowadays with the technology, there's new technology where they can superimpose your face onto like a naked person and then post that for the entire school to see. And now they think that there's nudes of you out there, but it's not real. And these are things that will destroy your life as a child.
There's fucking videos out there I'm thinking is real on Instagram. Like I'm watching this shit and like, man, that's a crazy fucking creature.
Those are called cartoons.
No, but it looks fucking real as shit. Like the water is splashing. There's a big ass ship. This fucking sea monster comes over across, and you're going, man, that's really out there in the fucking world. And then then come to find out it's AI generated that fucking old video. Like, man, technology these days, man. you don't know what's real and fake anymore, and that's what's scary, man.
No,
when
I
you
see
come to-
videos of Trump all the time saying shit that he didn't say.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, that happens. I see that all the time, yeah.
Like, and I'm like, damn, people really think that's real. And you'll read
Is
the
that
comments, and they're like, "See, I told you he hated gay people." And I'm
Is
like,
that the way
"You
we
didn't
go?
say that."
You know, and Trump don't need no help. Does he say a lot of stupid shit?
You're
So
exactly
Wasn't
right.
go
He don't
for-
need
I
help.
wasn't going. I wasn't going to go
Let him do it on
Trump,
his own.
Trump say a lot of stupid shit, so he don't need no AI help.
But
But it is wild. I mean, but once again, man, like I think we talked about it, a couple weeks ago, man. Like AI is taking over. Robots are taking over jobs, man. It for whatever reason, this is the way that we're going. I don't see it slowing down. I think it's going to get faster and faster. If you think about, you know, when Jesus was walking this earth, 20,000 years ago, and technology they had back then, and as everything moved, up
My,
to
bro,
fucking
my dog went
the late
biblical.
Well, with what
the
you
late
just said, bro, with what you just said, it took like fucking 500 years for them to even put that version of the Bible together after that fucker was dead.
no,
Like
but that's what I'm
the
saying.
Council of
It-
Nicaea happened like 400 years later, and that's when the actual Bible was slapped together.
Well,
The New
and
Testament.
then and but you take those years up, right? And there's technology. You don't think about technology. But you get it to the late 1800s, early 1900s, and think about from somebody from the 1900s up until they probably lived maybe till 1970. Think about the technology that they saw happen. And then if you take somebody that was born in 19, I mean, shit, take my mom. She's born 20 years before me, 1954. So you take somebody born in 1954 to where we're at right now. Dog, think about the technology that they had in 1954, and uh microwaves, phones, cars, airplanes. I mean, it took 1800 years, or actually 1954 years to get to that technology.
You mean
And then
from the
between
Jesus part?
yeah,
I
yeah,
was gonna
not
say
from
it
your
really
mom.
was like-
Not from your mom.
Yeah.
no. I'm
Not
saying
400 years from your mom. I was like, whoa, how old is your mom? Jesus Christ.
I'm saying from
Your mom
from
know Jesus?
from Jesus to 1954, which is 1954 years, right? The technology that was gone that span, and then from 1954 to where we are right now, the technology is like unfucking believable. And within a short period of time, if you compare this time to that time,
Yeah,
you know what
you're
I'm saying?
talking about
Yeah.
like Easter Sunday, day 3 AD. Like that's what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Y'all
Yeah,
just blew my
I mean,
mind.
you're. I mean, think about what they were using back in those days. Or the technology that they had is there was no technology. I mean, the Roman, Empire, they had, running water, which was fucking, great thing. Fuck, I mean, all
Yeah,
I'm sitting
man.
there saying
I
is,
mean, yeah, I know.
is just think about it.
Technology has changed a lot since Jesus was born, and since your mom was born, and
But no, I'm
and
seriously, like,
technology is
how
going to
fast-
continue,
and how fast is this
technology is going to continue to
and how fast-
evolve.
Exactly, and how fast within 20 years. Think about the last 20 years. I mean, shit, back in 1994, I remember graduating from high school. I was just getting that Nokia phone with the wood grain. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to text somebody, you got to hit the button 3 times to get to the right letter. And you know what I'm saying?
I had a rhyme code.
Now you just speak it to the motherfucker and just tell the motherfucker to do something, and it does it, and it goes on.
Well,
Like-
listen, it's just going to keep on progressing. And what we got to do is we got
What's
to progression, and we have to monitor what we're allowing our kids and even our adults. I mean, Wally watches something on YouTube and he thinks it's real, and I'm not making fun of him, maybe a little bit, but he thinks it's real. And our kids do the same thing. I have conversations with my kids, but this also leads into which I wanted to just close this up before we go into sports. Check out this program, man, on Netflix. It's called Unknown Number: The High School Catfish. Quick trailer.
Closer? Yeah. The people in my high school I've grown up with since kindergarten, basically. I first met Owen in 7th grade.
They were just like a high school couple in a movie.
We were like best friends.
But the more friends you have, the easier it is to be betrayed by them. Something dangerous could happen.
A high school girl in Michigan was cyberbullied for more than a year.
And who turned out to be the suspect shocked everyone.
That's where I'm going to leave it. And I'm not going to tell you guys who the suspect was that was cyberbullying her. You guys got to watch this program. I am not by any means promoting Netflix, but this was a great documentary to watch. Of course, we just lost our sports guy, so
before we go
drag it out a little bit longer.
Before we go any further, I want to bring up the mention that you said that these kids now in high school or whatever, as long as their kids get catfished or they get cyberbullied by having superimposed. Damn, you and Wally just switched positions, but superimposed like nude pictures and shit of them, and that's considered cyberbullying, which probably is at a child. But at the age I am now, motherfucker, if you want to superimpose me naked, I welcome it. Put them all over.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they I agree with they got to put me on somebody like Dwayne Johnson, or they got to put me on somebody like somebody like that. Although Dwayne Johnson just lost 60 pounds in muscle mass, I don't know if you guys seen that or not.
He still look better than me, so
he still looks better than me. Yeah, but have you seen him? He looks like he deflated. He looked like he deflated. What the hell happened to him? He looked like he deflated.
He probably is just wisening up to the fact that carrying all that muscle at his age, because he's got to be 55 now.
No,
yeah,
I'm older than him. Right, I'll be 52 in October. So I either we're the same age or I'm like a year older than him.
He deflated like a balloon. I mean, he was so big, and then now he's a skinny little thing. Now everybody thought he was sick, and everybody thought something was happening to him or whatever. He ended up doing a movie, and he did the Mark Kerr story. I don't know if you guys know who Mark Kerr is, but he was a UFC fighter. He was a big guy back then, and then he got sick and then lost all this weight. So Dwayne Johnson is portraying him in his next movie. So that's why he lost all that weight.
I stand corrected, and I should have knew that because
53 years old.
He's 53 this year. I should have knew that because he was a year ahead or 2 years ahead of Sap on the Hurricanes. Yeah. And when he got hurt his junior year. The Sap took his spot.
Yes, sir. All right, and now it's time for.
And now it's time for the FLA Trash Talkers Sports Talk.
Looking, he's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone. It's a touchdown. What just happened? The ball comes out. The ball has come out. Oh my goodness!
It's a second down and 3.
Oh, he broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
All right, what is going on in the world of sports?
Man, I was driving home. It was like December 3rd, 2023. I was driving home from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Florida State had just beat Louisville. And I was all pumped waiting for the announcement for the college football playoff. Florida State had just finished the season undefeated, 13-0. Lost Jordan Travis. We're still winning games miraculously with defense. And I walked out of that stadium that night as happy as I've ever been. And then on the way home, they announced on the radio that we didn't make the playoffs. And that was about December 2nd or December 3rd of 2023. And that was the last time I smiled until Saturday at about 3:40 when I realized that the fucking Florida State Seminoles were back on the motherfucking scene, son. Walraven. I'm telling you right now, when that game was over, I genuinely hugged Walraven. Like, it wasn't like a bro hug on the side. I put both my arms around his neck and just hugged him for like 15 seconds.
Y'all was together watching the game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's tradition.
So you guys had a man hug after watching the Florida State win after how many years was it? 3 years?
No, it was a year off that we were really.
It was a year off, man. So
a year off. Okay.
I was telling
they're acting like it was like the Miami Dolphins. Like 40 years later, they're giving like Keith and I are going to give each other a hug when the Dolphins make it to the Super Bowl.
A real.
You just guys, you just had a year.
No, there's a point that I told that story though, because they derailed our program the moment that they made that announcement that we weren't.
Oh yeah,
they derailed our program, and I thought after that 2-10, there's a possibility that Florida State is dead in a permanent way. And then they go and they play the University of Alabama, and I get it. Nick Saban's not there.
Actually,
But they beat the fucking shit out of Alabama. I mean, physically punched them. Alabama came out, drove it down our throat. I think it was 13 plays, 80 yards. About 50 of it was on the ground. They were just punching us. And then after that, Florida State was like, fuck this. Castellanos comes out, hits them for a quick 6. And then Florida State just beat their ass the rest of the day. Unprecedented. No unranked team has ever beat a top 10 team by 14 points on opening day.
that was ridiculous.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. Gus Malzahn, them Alabama fans, while Raven and I talked about this during the game, them Alabama fans having to look at Gus Malzahn do them in again after all them years when he was at Auburn doing them. Oh, man, that's just
listen.
Let's talk about it. I mean, Alabama comes in as the number 8 team in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have how many returning starters coming back from last year?
Quite a few. Don't remember the number, but it was quite a few.
I think they lost maybe 3-4 players in the transfer portal. It wasn't that many.
Yeah.
So coming back, actually, Alabama was supposed to have one of the highest graded
defenses and O-lines
team throughout the country because of the 5 stars and the 4 stars that Nick Saban brought in. And then, last year.
There's no way they still have Nick Saban recruits.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
They're all juniors.
Alabama is a name. You don't leave that. Yeah, there's a stigma with being at Alabama. So you don't leave there. They all stayed. Like I said, they've only lost maybe 4 players last year to the transfer.
Yeah, everyone who's a junior or a senior on that team was 100% recruited by Saban because this is only DeBoer's second season.
Yeah. So they were coming in with one of the most talented teams coming in. Now, when you look at that Alabama team, and for us as Florida State fans, when we were coming into this game, we didn't have high hopes. I think we had understanding that we hope to keep it close. And we'll see where it goes from there. But the domination that the Florida State line on both sides of the field put on Alabama is what I'm surprised by. Our Florida State's offensive and defensive line controlled that game. And the speed from Florida State, they looked like they were blowing past people on the Alabama team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Squirrel caught that first drive. What was it, a 65-yard catch?
I think it was 45, but the one where
45.
he dove it. Yeah, he dove. It was 45, 50 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, and then then we run it in for the touchdown to tie it, and then just momentum from there. And after that, man, just total dominance. I'm so surprised that.
But so a lot of people came on the airwaves. Well, Alabama's not Alabama anymore. This and that, and a lot of that was talked. But then a lot of smart people came in and said, "Hang on now, that's not exactly how this went." Like Florida State matched their intensity in the beginning of the game and eventually just made them quit to some extent. But also, Florida State through 3 quarters only had 2 penalties. This is a team that came prepared. They came to play the game, and they came focused.
Well, you could tell they were outcoached, and that's the problem with Alabama fans right now. They see that were out. They were outcoached by Gus Norvell
and Tony White.
And hey, man, look, the difference. Hey, Mike Norvell last year had to fire people that he's worked with for a long time. Mike Norvell, I feel like is passionate person, man, and for him to have to fire the coaches that he had to fire last year, I think, hurt him.
Hey, I'm a firm believer that you fire the hey, you either you fire them or they fire you.
Well,
That's
and
it.
that's something and that's something that he had to do, and it's something that he did. But he brought in the right people,
That's what I
and
was gonna
and
say.
and that and Tony White coming in from Nebraska. Let me tell you, that defensive line. There's supposed to be 2 NFL prospects, and the left tackle, and I forget his name for Alabama, is supposed to be a top 10 pick. And they Florida State defensive line took it to him.
I'm gonna give you one stat that I read while Raven that'll blow your shit out. Daryl Jackson, who, by the way, Keith knows Daryl Jackson because he was a Hurricane.
From Miami.
He was a Hurricane for 2 years. Daryl Jackson, number 6, big fucking boy, playing nose tackle in the middle of that 3 up front because we run that 3-3-5 now. Now we shifted into a 4-man front at times, but it was a 3-man front for a lot of the game. The center for Alabama was the highest graded center in the country last year, across the country. On the snaps in which he went against Daryl Jackson, he was the lowest rated player on Alabama's entire line. That speaks for itself, dog. Like,
well,
Daryl Jackson beat on that man.
Well, so now, and this is where I was kind of going before, where Alabama didn't look tough. Alabama fans are upset at the fact that they don't look like a quote unquote Nick Saban team. Nick Saban team is physical, disciplined, and do your fucking job at 100% of the time, all the time. And that Alabama team that was out there didn't look the same. Now, I will say this. Alabama came out on that first drive and looked like Alabama.
Like Alabama to me.
They did. They looked like Alabama. But the toll that they took on later on in that game by the physical, I mean, Eric Little was killing them.
Or a little was the whole spark of the whole thing.
That guy was coming up and hitting them dudes at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Setting the tone for that defense and was punishing them. And that right there is a sign of mental weakness that Alabama hasn't seen in a long time.
That they folded after the repetitive.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not sitting there saying Alabama didn't come out as Alabama at the beginning of the game. Like they just came in and they were just dog shit. Alabama came out like you saw that first drive. They looked like Alabama. And then Florida State kind of started putting it on them. And then you could see like Alabama kind of folding. And that's where the Alabama fans right now are going, okay, this is not what we're used to, because when those times got hard, those players stood up to make the difference and come back, where Florida State just kept pounding them and being disciplined. They were.
That's why I brought up the penalties. The discipline was there all day.
That's what I'm saying. So they were actually doing what Alabama usually does, right? Being disciplined, being physical, tough, doing their job. And the funny thing is, who was Alabama going to hire before they, when Nick Saban left? Who was they looking at?
Supposedly it was Mike Norvell and it was Kalen DeBoer, and they might have picked the wrong guy.
And I think Mike Norvell damn sure showed them that. Not only that, for Florida State as an institution, as a football program, what was the team that kept us out of the playoff in 2023?
It was fucking Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
So yeah, we had something for those guys. There was something going. Dude, and dog, did you see Cook on the sideline?
Oh, Cook and Peter Warwick and all them.
Peter Warwick and all those guys
that's
on the sideline, and so I mean, look, man, look. I was just hoping going into this game to look. I was just hoping we would look like a competitive team, because last year it was dog shit. I ain't gonna lie, it was dog shit.
From a Hurricanes fan, when you saw this, were you completely mind blown as we were as Florida State fans? Because I mean, I imagine you probably thought y'all had us dead to rights already, right?
All right, let me give you from a Hurricanes point of view, fans point of view. I only saw the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Because I had to work. So I stopped by my cigar bar on the way coming home, right? And I had the game recorded, but I would come home and watch his ass whooping. So I purposely didn't watch. I muted ESPN. During football season, I mute ESPN because I record a lot of the Dolphin games and I don't want highlights. Let me know what's going on. So anyway, I stopped by my cigar bar. And they're playing it at the cigar bar, and I see the fucking score. I'm like, what is going on? And they say, we kicking ass. We're beating some Bama ass. I say, get out of here, man. I got a lot of money on Florida State losing. I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, hold on. I got several bets. Not one, not two, several bets. And
that's not good for you, Keith. Not good for you.
Had Florida State losing. So I say, oh, Lord, let me go home and start coaching this. And when I got home, I lived maybe 10 minutes from my cigar bar. Florida State had scored again. Like, what in the hell? So I was astonished. Now, I'm going to tell you I'm not a Florida State fan. I'm proud of y'all. I can't stand Bama. It's not that I hate Florida State. Y'all just our rival, so I was happy to see y'all beat Bama. I hate Bama. And as Toby, as a Dolphin fan, you should hate Bama just as much as I do.
Oh, I always dislike Bama. Wall Raven will tell you that.
I've hated Bama ever since Saban went there.
Anytime you're a fan of a team and a sport and there's this evil empire casting a shadow over the whole sport and it's fucking up all your shit, you got to hate him. It's like I hated the Patriots. Now, Wall Raven loves all these kind of dominant fucking teams. He gets off on that shit. But I'm a hater.
I was recruited by Alabama, dude. I can't, so I have
I'm a hater, bro. Like, when I see a team dominating like that, I'm hating on them bitches, man. I hated on Jordan's ass in the 90s. I hate on everybody.
And I'm here to say the reason Saban retired is because the NIL
without a doubt, yeah. The NIL and all that.
NIL even the playing field, because Bama was playing motherfuckers under the table for years.
Who cares about Sabian? Who cares about Sabian? He ruined the Miami Dolphins, and now he's making Airbnb Sabian. He's making Airbnb commercials. So who cares about him now?
Those are great commercials, by the way, and he is great on college. Right, look, Nick Saban is great.
So you think he's going to be the new Corso? Is he the new Corso?
Oh no, Corso was his own thing. Corso was he was like a comic relief fun guy.
You're not gonna have head picks or anything like that no more.
He's too serious. Because if you ever see the way he look at Pat McAfee, sometimes you're like, damn. The way Saban look at Pat McAfee.
But Pat and him are good friends. I mean, they're pretty close. Like Saban.
But he still gets annoyed with some of Pat's little antics.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, you can see it.
But let me go back to Florida State, because I let y'all go for 20 minutes about Florida State, and I heard it. I loved it. I loved the enthusiasm. But
we get to you soon.
Oh, we're gonna find out about y'all.
Yeah. I told before. So question. I'm just throwing this out there as a UM fan and that play y'all every year. Y'all have run the same offense, except for this year. Y'all have run the same offense every year, no matter what personnel is on the field, for the last how many seasons? At least for the last 5 seasons, right?
Norval's entire time, yeah.
Okay. The offense was remarkably different this game. So do you think I'm not just saying Bama. I hate Bama. I'm glad y'all beat Bama. But do you think that maybe whoever y'all would have played week 1, y'all caught them off guard with the new offensive scheme, and now that there's film, people be more ready for Florida State?
Go, Jay. Warren, go.
Well, I'll say this.
And that's not a low. I'm just asking a football question.
I know where you're coming from with that question. All I'm going to sit there and say is this: the one thing that we have been lacking, especially on my personal opinion is you can't win games without controlling the trenches. Right?
Oh, every game is won in the trenches at every level.
If you don't have a strong offensive line and you don't have a strong defensive line, you can't do nothing. If you don't have a strong offensive line, you can't move the fucking ball. You can't run. You can't throw.
That's even in youth football. At 12 years old, if you don't control the trenches, you're not winning.
So that from what I saw, that offensive line is a good offensive line. They were going against 5-star players, and I don't give a fuck what you want to say. They had all summer to work, come off, and if you're a 5-star player and you want to make a name for yourself, and look, you ain't playing fucking Charlotte or fucking Long Island, whatever fucking Florida Gators played.
That's what they played, Long Island University. I think it's
you still playing a top school like Florida State, and you know that Florida State is going to be, after that season, is going to be coming out hungry.
Well, to take it a step further, Tommy Castellanos made multiple comments about how he was going to get in Bama's ass. Exactly. And Nick Saban wasn't going to be there to save him this time. So they had plenty of bulletin board material.
Exactly.
Hey, the black Italian.
And that hey. My boy
I can say that.
dog.
I can say that.
Hey, let me tell you something. Travis Jordan was a great quarterback at the end of his career with Florida State in that system. This dude can run better and throw the ball better. And with his accuracy, and now that he actually has an offensive line, now you can all you want. This dude is better throwing the ball than Travis, and he's better running the ball than Travis. And I'm going to tell you right now, he is going to do something, and y'all better be ready, because the athletes on the outside. Let's talk about the wide receivers on Florida State. Let's talk about them. You got Lucas, Danzy, you got Squirrel.
And you got Squirrel, big boy Deuce Robinson.
Deuce Robinson from USC. All of them playmakers. Our problem last year was that we didn't have a quarterback that actually could throw the fucking ball down 5 yards and actually hit a quarterback. Couldn't hit the side of a fucking barn. We actually have an accurate quarterback to actually give the ball to these athletes. And Danzy's going to be in the Olympics. Danzy is that fast. And then we have Florida State has a freshman running back.
Well, they got multiple running backs, so I think we got 4 decent running backs. So,
yeah, but that freshman, by the time we get to Keith's team and JG's team, yeah, I think he's going to be showing something. I am very, 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 very happy.
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Personnel's everything that they did is.
Tommy's been a problem with us even when he played for Boston College. So
he whooped our ass multiple times.
Yeah,
when he played for BC, like he carved our motherfucking ass up.
Yeah, Tommy's that dude, man. He's that dude. He don't give up.
But I would say this is a big difference from him being at Florida State versus BC is he really does have some athletes around him now. So it's even harder to deal with his speed because you're having to deal with some really elite speed on the outside and even coming from running back sometimes with Lucas playing running back occasionally. You got a lot of shit to deal with, man. This is it's like putting Castellanos on the Dolphins or something. You know what I mean? A guy or let's say put Lamar Jackson on the Dolphins. And think about the type of speed you would have to deal with in the NFL. That's kind of what you're looking at in a similar way with this offense. Because there's a lot of fucking speed, man. So good luck.
I can't. October 4th, man. I'm looking forward to October 4th.
Yeah, well, before we get into October 4th, let's go ahead and get into the Miami Hurricanes because
let's do it, baby.
I thought I genuinely thought Notre Dame was going to pop their fucking mouth. The same way Keith thought Alabama was going to do us. I thought that shit was coming to Miami. I thought Carson Beck was going to look like shit. And I got really surprised at how well they looked in the first half. Now, second half, Notre Dame probably had some opportunities. They maybe could have won this football game. But in the first half, first of all, unleashing that Malachi Tony motherfucker. Woo!
Yeah, he's nice.
Woo! That kid right there. And that's
I want to say I went to high school with it. No, the catch is from it's a transfer from LSU. I want to say I went to high school with his mom.
And you would
that boy right there is problematic. Him and Carson Beck was putting on a show for a stretch of that game, bro.
Number 10.
Yeah.
They couldn't cover him. So they had to change their whole defense and put their top DB on.
They got no pressure on Beck. That Miami offensive line is dominant.
That's because Notre Dame, like notoriously, and that's going to be the downfall of this coach if they don't have a good season this year. Like going man every play. They go man every play, and you can't go man when motherfuckers from Florida. We too fast.
Well, especially with Beck now, because and now I believe Cam Ward's a better quarterback than Beck, but Beck strong suit is picking defenses apart that way.
And I think we have better receivers than we did last year now. Last year we had like 2 good receivers, maybe 1 good Restrepo. Now Beck has some weapons. I don't know what they do, but they stole receivers from everybody. You know how hard it is to steal a receiver from LSU?
You know, it's crazy. Strepo didn't even. I don't even think he made.
He's on the practice squad, dog. He's on the Titans practice squad right now.
So that was y'all's best player, and the best thing he could do was make a practice squad. But
that's because he's like 5'8". That's why.
He's 5'8" and he runs a 4'8".
Yes.
I mean, Walker was 5'8", and so there's been guys 5'8" been able to make it, but
yeah, but they were fast.
Okay, exactly, and that was y'all's best player.
He was shifty. He knew how to find a gap in the defense, but once he catch the ball, he ain't getting much yak.
Hey, Tyreek Hill ain't much more than 5'8". He might be 5'10".
But the bitch run a 4.2.
Yeah,
he might
change his
actually
up a little bit.
he might run a 3.9 sometimes, especially when it's coming out. But the thing about Beck is, dude, he's gone against. I mean, he played for Georgia. He went through Nick Saban's Alabama defenses. He's gone through the gauntlet of the SEC. He's played against 5-star players. He's seen it all as far as, NFL schemes and things like that. That as much as I hate to say it, that was a big pickup for y'all. Because of his experience, the things that he's seen in his playing days with Georgia, gives him a big ups on coming to the ACC, playing a team like Notre Dame. So it's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening. I can always just say this, that Miami's head coach always seems to fuck it up at the end of the game.
I agree.
So
I agree. Hey, we got a new defensive coordinator. I forgot his name, but he's nice. I like his enthusiasm. He right there on the field. Former defensive coordinators up in the fucking booth.
Yeah, I like him. I like what you guys did. You were real intelligent early on with dealing with that freshman quarterback, Carr, or a first start quarterback. That was a good effort early on because they rattled his ass. They kept him off balance. It was the second half before he started getting any kind of a groove. So they did a good job. I think
they adjusted. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not just saying this because we're the U, and I'm a huge fan. But if it wasn't raining as bad as it was, and the field wasn't in the condition that it was, we'd have probably blew them. I ain't gonna say blow them out, but it'd have been a larger gap because we really couldn't make connection on those deep passes because of the way the field was.
Well, I'm surprised. So you brought up the weather conditions. I'm surprised Notre Dame didn't rely on their running back more.
That tell me something wrong with Love, bro. Something had to be wrong with Love.
You think he's hurt from last year and he hasn't recovered from last year's?
I know that other guy sure did get a lot more run than I thought he was going to get. At stretches of that game, I was wondering where Love was at.
Man, Love didn't get much love that game.
Exactly.
Until the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, they had to start feeding him in the fourth quarter.
Well, but he's supposed to be a Heisman candidate coming into this game, right? You're supposed to be featuring this guy, and yet he got like 10, maybe 15 touches, I think, throughout the whole game. I mean, why aren't you running this workhorse, especially with the field conditions, especially when it's wet out, and you have a redshirt freshman quarterback that you're really not sure how he's going to react to a big time game. Um, why weren't they giving the ball to Love more?
To
I think
relieve
that
the
was
pressure from him, right?
well, yeah, exactly. And I'm surprised that Freeman, what's the coach's name for Notre Dame?
Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman.
Freeman.
I want to make sure um
Tiger Woods.
I make up my own name sometimes, but I just want to make sure I was going to say the right name. But Freeman, um, he he's a good coach, man. I was surprised that he went away from because he's one of those old school coaches, loves to run the ball, be physical, discipline, and they didn't do it, and they were really relying on Carr to win the game for him, which I was surprised by.
A red shirt freshman. I mean,
some of that though. I mean, look, it's kind of like the evaluation of the Florida State Alabama game. People saying, well, Alabama wasn't ready or whatever. Some of that you got to put on Miami. That Miami dictated terms in that game on Notre Dame.
I agree, but I didn't watch a lot of the game. I watched I think the first couple series.
I watched it from start to finish, bro. I watched
the whole shit. Yeah,
I was dead the next morning, bro.
Yeah, but from what I saw, when Notre Dame started out, they weren't running the ball.
Screens and fucking
it was
flash
screens
and
it was all screens. It was all rookie quarterback plays.
Exactly. So when you have a Heisman candidate running back, why aren't you not feeding him the fucking ball? Just give him the fucking ball if he's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Miami dictated the terms. This ain't here for you, buddy.
Well, you can't dictate that the first series of the fucking game. First three drives, Miami's already dictating the game.
They had the boxes stacked. I know that.
But you're still that offensive line for Notre Dame is supposed to be one of the top offensive lines in the country. You got one of the best running backs in the country. You're going to sit there and tell me you're going to go away from that with a fucking redshirt freshman quarterback? Hell no. You're going to rely on that fucking offensive line, and you're going to rely on that fucking Heisman candidate fucking running back to get you some fucking yardage, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They did everything they did to go away from it. And why? Why? I don't understand why Freeman did that. That's the thing I don't get. So I think Notre Dame comes back. I think Notre Dame ends up having a great season. They'll probably make the playoffs because they're independent. Miami's got a tough schedule. They got to play Florida, and then they got to play us, and then they got the SEC. The rest.
You think Florida got anything this year? I don't think so. We'll find out.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. That quarterback ain't CJ Carr. That quarterback is something way different than what y'all saw the other day. And he ain't gonna stand in there either.
And we played him in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
And then you play Florida State right after that. Think about that. So think about the pounding that y'all are going to take against Florida, because Florida's going to. That's a physical team.
Come on, bro. They played fucking Long Island, okay?
But nonetheless, that team. I mean, that team is loaded with real athletes now. They did a good job. They brought in the right people.
That tell you the tradition that the school has, because they've had like 2 bad seasons in a row, maybe even 3, and they still can get top recruits.
Last season was a bad season. I hate fucking. Dude, I got a plastic gator with an arrow fucking through its goddamn side, painted orange and blue, hanging out on the back patio of my fucking porch.
Well, no, the last season wasn't what Florida Gators fans wanted to see. I can tell you that. They went 7, 8, 7.
But that schedule that they had last year, you never thought. I didn't even think they would have 3 wins. And I hate Florida. I like Miami more than I root more for Miami than I do Florida.
That's because you're a smart man. You're a very smart guy.
And me and Toby are opposite when it comes to that.
That's true.
So, but let me say this about Florida. that schedule last year was tough, and this year, look it up. Look up that schedule this year for Florida. That's a tough team.
I'm looking at it right now. They play. This shit is crazy. Who they play next week?
They got. I know. Well, I think they got a scrub
They play
next
South
week.
Florida. South Florida.
Yep.
South Florida, who is ranked. South Florida's ranked.
They play South Florida this week. Shit. Then they play Alabama. Then they play us. Not Alabama. LSU. Then they play us.
Then Florida State. Then go on. Then they
got Texas. They got Texas A&M. They got Georgia. They got.
They play Florida State. They play y'all last game of the season.
Right.
They play Texas, and we ain't even start talking about Arch Manning. That motherfucker look like me on the football field.
We'll get there.
But think of it. So that Florida team, man, and last year's schedule was so. All I'm saying is, man, Florida is gonna give y'all a run for the money, man, when y'all meet them, and then we get this. Florida State gets the scraps. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are gonna be physical. It's gonna be a tiring game, and we can't wait to see you on
October 4th. I'll be there. Wide open.
I hear you.
I'm going.
Asshole.
I'm going. I tell y'all, I can't tell you how I'm getting in the game until while we recording, but I'm going.
I'll be on your side pocket. What are we doing?
Yeah,
I tell you what. I'll tell you when they say you're not recording.
That should be a great game. I mean, depending on especially what happens between you and Florida, that should be going into Tallahassee, Miami coming in because Florida goes to y'all, right?
Yep, Florida goes to Miami.
Yeah, because we went to Florida last year.
Yep.
It's weird. We haven't played Florida this much in a long time because we don't play Florida every year like that.
No, this was a scheduled thing for y'all. It was one of those.
Notre Dame was too.
Games.
We knew 3-4 years ago that we were playing Notre Dame Labor Day weekend this year.
Yeah. It's gonna be exciting, man. I'm so excited about the season, man, to see what actually happens. And then let's talk about the Ohio State Texas game. Archie had a rough game. Archie
he didn't look like his uncle. Shit, he didn't look like Eli.
Self-inflicted wounds early in the game for sure. Missed some passes, but what I see is a lot of people out there running their mouth and saying he's a bust. I can't go there. I can't go there yet.
It's in his blood.
It's real hard to go to Ohio State and play in that stadium, and not only that, it's quite possible Ohio State has the best defense in the country. It's very legitimately real that may be the case.
Pat Patricia was it Pat Patricia?
Yeah, Matt Patricia came over there. This is a guy that had top 5 defenses in the NFL 5 different fucking times. Let me see what Arch Manning looks like in 4 weeks.
Yeah, they got a couple cupcakes. He'll get his rhythm.
And they got a couple cupcakes, and then they got a bye. So after that's said and done, let me see what they look like, and let me see what this kid looks like after a few weeks against some cupcakes. Let him get in a rhythm, get in a flow. I can tell you this, ain't another game this year where he's playing in the Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio. So
no.
I think he plays Florida in the first half of the year at Florida.
Texas got a schedule. I mean, we'll find out more about him later on too.
I ain't going to bury him yet, but I will say this about Mr. Steve Sarkisian. Man, they got a lot of talent on that team, and they have for the last few years. And I'm seeing they're not finishing.
Well, I was going to say, as bad as Archie played, they were still in the game.
They're still in the game to just a few minutes left.
Yeah, and they had an opportunity to win late. Okay, so I'm going to go on a side trip on this one, but Archie Manning looks like a fucking alien. The motherfucker's got the biggest ears in the world, dude. Have you all? He's got these big.
Have you ever seen his uncles, bro? Have you ever seen his uncles?
Well, I know Peyton's got the head.
Jesus Christ! I just pulled him up on Google here. Yeah, Yeah, he's got some big ears. His eyes look all weird.
He looks like an alien, dude. He might be one of those dudes. So he might be one of those.
He might be one of the ones that the alien that we talked about 3-4 shows ago that's on the way over here. Maybe they're coming to pick him up.
Let me tell you that it might be true because man, I looked at him and I was like, oh my god, look at this guy.
Peyton Manning had special made helmets, dog.
Well, Peyton Manning didn't fit in anything. His head was so huge.
But what do you think about Ohio State being number one now? You think they got? Penn State,
I mean, they're
everybody
defending
kept saying
national
about
champion.
Penn State.
They're defending national champion, but you knocked off the team that was number one, and Texas was rightfully so number one. They were a top 3 team, no matter which way you sliced it. Talent wise, Texas is fucking loaded, man. Both sides of the football. There's players all over Texas. Yeah, Ohio State should be number one. I got no quarrel with that.
Okay.
There's one team I hate damn it equally is Alabama. That's Ohio State.
Yeah, I hate them motherfuckers too.
I don't think anybody likes Ohio State. I've never met. I don't think I've ever met anybody in the state of Florida who's born and raised in the state of Florida.
What the fuck is a Buckeye? What is a Buckeye?
Actually likes Ohio State. And I'll say this, and I got close friends, Mike Conley. I have close friends from Ohio State.
That bitch real deal because he like the Browns.
And some of them motherfuckers are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. I'm not saying Mike Conley, but I'm saying there's a lot of people from Ohio that are the dumbest motherfuckers I ever met in my life.
Hey, he came up. He came up. I still talk to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely doing his thing. He's doing his
thing right now.
But to answer your question, Keith, a Buckeye is a dark brown shiny nut from the Ohio Buckeye trees, named for the resemblance of a deer's eye. So that's what a Buckeye is.
I got a nut.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's a deer. It's a nut, a shiny nut that looks like a deer's eye.
So well.
Shiny nut.
Yes.
You got some gloss on it.
Dave, right
I hope
now
your neighbors don't hear you saying that.
I'm inside. I'm inside. They can't hear me talk about shiny nuts right now. Okay.
If they did, they said this guy has shiny nuts. They tell
But yeah, no, I'm not. I hate Ohio State. I can't stand them. I think I just something about them I really just don't like.
I hate Ohio State with a passion.
I hate them. I hate their fans. They're I hate them second to only Florida fans. I think the Florida fans are the most obnoxious, redneckish.
They all of that.
Sorriest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Fucking just trailer trash. I fucking hate them. Gator fans hate them. And we can say this because it's college season right now, so I can say this shit.
I got a question for Wally though.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
I know that he had some real strong feelings about Bill Belichick to UNC.
Oh
yeah, I know. Hey man,
Bill got his shit tossed the fuck up, son.
Hey, that first drive was promising, right? I saw that first drive. I say,
here goes the
Miami
Dolphin
you had
fans.
fucking Michael Jordan, Lawrence Taylor, and Roy Williams all up there jumping around, giving
Randy Moss, who's just a Belichick fan.
Yeah, everybody was happy as shit. And
so
then,
Mia Hamm was out there.
Not Javon Curse, but not Javon Curse. The other Curse was on the field. Julius Peppers, I'm sorry, was on the field. Julius Peppers was out there.
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit, look at these motherfuckers. The first drive was nice. I said, oh damn. Go ahead, Bill.
It's gonna
go ahead, Bill. And TCU didn't look good the first drive, but that second drive, motherfuckers, that big motherfucker fullback, they couldn't stop him.
TCU rolled their ass the fuck up. That was
tough. I mean, once again, I mean, all the hype going into that game, man. Yeah, I mean, it was almost it just nobody was talking about TCU. You know, there was no talk about, and TCU is favored going into the game, right? So
and TCU was just in the goddamn playoffs a couple years ago now.
And almost made it last year too.
Yeah.
Well, and then last year, then they opened up against Colorado, and Colorado they kind of stomped their ass in the first game of the season last year.
Mm-hmm.
So you think TCU coming in this year going, yeah, that shit ain't going to happen again. And then you hear all the hype. You hear everybody talking about North Carolina, Bill Belichick, all this and all that. TCU has something for them, man.
And that's what the head coach said. And the head coach said at halftime, he said, leading up to this game, all y'all heard about was Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick in North Carolina. He said, what about us? Shit, we're playing.
And I mean, Bill, North Carolina, they have 70 new players coming into that. It's going to be, this is my thing. And this is where I think North Carolina really fucked up, which really hurts the ACC in the big picture of things. They brought, Belichick in, and I think Belichick, yes, could be a great coach in college. It gives him an opportunity to go back to the fundamentals, teaching young kids how to properly play the game and, things like that. And I'll tell you this, no matter what that team does, if they are coached by Bill and his staff, when they go on, if they are able to go on into the NFL, they're going to be great players.
Well
but
coached.
The thing that North Carolina has to understand is it's not going to happen overnight, and it's going to take 3 or 4 years in order for that to happen. And is Bill willing to put in those 3 or 4 years to make that happen?
I think by the end of next year, they should be a solid team.
You think? Well, not if they're losing.
Will Bill still be there? Because I'm almost certain I heard there was a clause in his contract.
Yeah, he has an opportunity to go back to the NFL.
And leave his one of his sons to be the head coach,
Steve Belichick.
So I believe I think he literally did. To be wrong, I'm not. I'm a Dolphin fan, so I'm not a Belichick fan. I think he's a great coach, but I don't wish him good luck. Fuck him. But
best coach and best GM of all time.
Well, would you become a fan if he becomes a Dolphin coach?
Don't put me in that situation, okay?
Hey,
just like would you become a Tom Brady? Tom Brady fan?
A Flores fan, real quick, and Flores was his little fucking sidekick, little fucking protege.
Yeah.
All it takes is a few wins, baby.
That's it.
So I'm under the belief, because as soon as I heard that clause, that was the weirdest, most unique clause ever heard in a contract, any contract ever. So I said, he's only taking his name because this gig, because he's Belichick and he can get this gig. And he's setting his sons up for success. I think he's going to coach a year or two, leave, bang his hot 20-year-old wife, and let his sons run the show.
I tend to agree. I think 2 years. 2 years.
When the man's 73 years old, I mean, how much more longer does he have in him coaching?
He's young for his age. I ain't lying about that. He's a vibrant young dude.
Ages. He'll live. As long as he's coaching and in the game, he'll live.
That's his girlfriend? That's his girlfriend?
Oh, yes. Yes, he has a lot to live. And his manager.
But as soon as you take that away from him,
I'm the same way.
He kind of passes away. I mean, you look at Joe Paterno. I mean, he was coaching until he was what, 83?
Joe Pop.
Minute they took that shit away from him, that bitch died like 5 months later.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Bill Belichick is built the same way, dude. He's going to be coaching. He's going to be part of football. He's going to figure out a way. But when it runs out and they totally take it away from him, that's when he's gone. But yeah, he's a young 73, dude. He's got plenty of years ahead of him.
What is that 24-year-old girl doing with a 73-year-old? Jesus, I'm looking at pictures of her right now.
Hey, I gotta say, I'm obviously I am a straight heterosexual male, but women are attracted to guys that are cool, got money. Belichick, when you get Belichick,
there's probably a reason why there's not a line for us, any of us.
I'm just saying, Belichick is a cool guy. Like, believe it or not, you see this facade that he puts out there, but he's highly intelligent. I've heard things that he says, like if you watch him on the thing with Peyton and Eli or something, he's a smart, interesting, funny
Dude, he has
guy.
to be a smart dude. He has to be smart, dude. Like,
Hey,
we can take the
that
smart thing out
roast,
of it.
I look at him as I'll start viewing him in a different light when they had that Belichick roast on Netflix, because he has some really good comebacks.
Yeah, he's a funny dude, man. And people will say he's real cool behind the scenes. Like when you get him away from the bullshit on the sideline, he opens up. He's fun. He loves music, going to concerts. Like he's a cool guy.
He hates the media. That was the biggest problem, because the media would ask him stupid questions. You're asking stupid questions to a highly intelligent person. He wants to hear highly intelligent questions. And if you're going to come out going, why did the quarterback throw 3 interceptions? I don't know.
I was watching Get Up yesterday.
I mean, it's go ahead.
I was watching Get Up yesterday. What's his name? Mike Greenberg.
Yeah.
And he said this is the most un-Bill Belichick post-conference game ever. The University of North Carolina had some shit up there that he just got beat down. And they had some around the podium. And so what they did, the cameraman zoomed in on him. But when he zoomed out, it's all kind of balloons and frazzy shit all around. You know Belichick didn't like that shit.
No, he's not. He wants somebody to come in. We're going to come in. We're going to do our job. We're going to be disciplined. Like, the one thing that people kind of always seem to forget, he was the GM of the Patriots. So not only was he the coach, he was the GM. And when he left the Patriots, they had the most cap room than any other team. So those teams that he built were cheap, and he won championships off those cheap teams.
Yeah, because he didn't pay nobody but Brady.
He barely paid Brady. Brady was always restructuring his contract in order to bring in an offensive lineman.
He paid Randy Moss and Rodney Harrison.
Dude. He would get rid of who was the defensive end that went from the Patriots to
Miami?
Oh, no, he went to I think Vegas or Raiders. God dog it. I can't remember, but he was like in its prime, right? And Belichick was like, we're not going to sign you to a long-term deal. We're not going to extend your contract. He goes to freaking, the Raiders or whatever. They bring in somebody else. I mean, that's just what they did. I mean, Belichick, they I hate to say it like this, but they kind of used the guys up into a certain part of their careers, and then Belichick would move them on, and then he would bring in some other talent that you never even heard of. He would bring in some dude from North Dakota State or fucking Albany fucking University or something to come in and play these positions, and he paid them cheap. I mean, that's the one thing, man, that people don't understand, man. Bill Belichick was not only a great coach, he was a great GM. And if you look at it right now, New England has the most cap room than any other team in the NFL. And that's all because of Bill Belichick.
We gotta slide into some different stuff here, per your request, Mr. Walraven. We do have to talk about a little bit more, unfortunately, having to do with Florida State football. Young gentleman by the name of Ethan Pritchard from Seminole High School, Sanford, Florida, where we both attended, was off this weekend after the game occurred with his family. Ends up getting shot accidentally, mistaken identity type shit. All he was doing was bringing a family member home, and unfortunately, tragedy fell upon this man. I know this is something you wanted to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor, and I will chime in after you and Keith have spoken on this, my friend.
I mean, I'm not going to go probably too much into what we during the pre-show, but yeah, man. Ethan Pritchard from Sanford, Florida, where I was born and raised. Went to Seminole High School, same place, me and Toby went to. I graduated from Seminole High School. Was shot in the back of the head on Sunday evening about 10 p.m. in Havana, Florida, which is up by Tallahassee, taking his aunt home, and it's just crazy, man. Like like shout out to his family, man. Um, I just today read that he was actually shot in the back of his head. I knew he was shot, early Monday morning, and then reports came out today that I saw and read that he was shot in the back of the head. That to me is just, you know, I mean, it's crazy. He's in stable condition. So hopefully he makes it through. I don't know about his football career or anything like that, man, but I just hope he makes it. And just want to give a shout out to his family. And yeah, we're praying for you, man. Bokeh for life, man. And it's sad to see this type of violence, senseless violence going on today in American streets, man. Like that man was just taking his aunt home from a family gathering, on a Sunday afternoon, evening, and because I don't know, maybe he was driving the wrong color car or what, or what happens or what somebody started shooting at the car and actually, and I don't want to say accidentally hit him, but I mean the bullet went in his head, and it's just why are we still at a stage where these type of incidents are going on in the streets. Where's the outrage? Where's the where are the I mean, I don't know if we really want to go I'm trying to do y'all care if I go this route, or you?
Yeah, man.
Go whatever way you want to go.
We got 18 minutes.
I've got rebuttals on deck, so you go where you got to go.
No, I just think I think it's just bullshit, man. Like, it just happens every day, and I know Ethan's not, Ethan, is a Florida state football player, and that's why we're talking about it right now. But I know this happens throughout the country, day in and day out, and until leaders step up and really make a big deal out of this, it's never going to stop. You know what I'm saying? And I and it's not even making that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? I've heard small reports here and there that it's happened. I think this would be a big opportunity for gun activists who wants to get guns off the streets and make the community safer. This would be an opportunity for them to have a platform to kind of talk about it. And unfortunately, they don't see the opportunity. And
I find it really, really interesting. I never actually thought about this point even pre-show. But when a school shooting happens, immediately there's a lot of anti-gun rhetoric, which, right or wrong, indifferent, I'm not here to preach. Don't give a fuck what your opinion is on that. That is your opinion on that. But there is quick. We don't need thoughts and prayers. We need stronger gun laws. That right happens every single time, right? The 5 minutes after you hear that kid got shot at a school, you will hear that in the media, in your face, 100% of the time. If a white dude kills a white dude cop kills a black dude in the streets, you will hear, we need better policing immediately. When these particular types of situations happen, nobody from any side of anything says shit. They don't say shit. When a black dude kills a black dude in the streets, nobody speaks out at all. The same white people that are out there championing, the gun restrictions, they ain't out there on that day. I'm confused as to how come nobody ever says shit when this happens.
And the most astonishing part is it's 16 miles away from the state capitol.
Well, we only march and we only make a big deal about things that don't matter anymore. That's what it is. Things that matter, we are not marching. We're not waving our hands in the air. We're not trying to make a change. We're making change for things that don't matter, that nobody cares about. That's what we do. That's what we do
Or
as
have
Americans.
a more limited impact than they want you to believe, and they want that to be a forefront issue. Where if you ask me, and I said this on the last podcast that I was on with you guys, like about making streets safer, I think that's fucking important for those people in that community. And this is the same type of an issue. You have people in those communities that have to deal with this problem. You know, when someone gets shot in a rich white neighborhood, it's definitely front page news because the shit don't ever happen. It means some crazy fucking lawyer snapped and shot his wife or something. That shit's all on the TV. But the attention just isn't really brought to these situations because I think people are just, I hate to say it, man, I think the people in power are just fine with leaving that shit happening where it's happening.
Man, you know, this shit is sad. It's so I heard the story early in the day, but I didn't know. I guess it and it's wrong on me. You know, it hit me different once I knew somebody that was related to him. You know, once I knew a really good friend of mine and you know, one of my drivers at work that I manage, that's his nephew, and he told me his nephew had nothing to do with it. Apparently, like you said, it was a mistaken identity. He's whatever color Dodge Charger he drives. The people that shot him got into it with somebody in the same color Dodge Charger. And when they saw that, they just shot the car up.
Which is fucking crazy too, because we
How many
all
Dodge
know.
Chargers?
That's what I was gonna say. That Dodge Charger is a popular whip in them streets.
So,
Goddamn.
I mean, it's just, unless it's got some kind of fancy rims or some kind of special paint job on it. I mean, how many Dodge Chargers, dude? You go out to our parking lot, man. There's like 5 of them out there right now.
Yeah, man.
You know, so I mean, but it's frustrating, man, when leaders say that they're going to step up and they're going to do something, and there's still no outcry. Unless the only time there's an outcry is when it's for their agenda. Whatever their agenda is, then they come out, with full forces and everything. And not to turn this into a political thing. I know we're getting close to getting off the show, but man, just it's this senseless violence and things that are going on these days in these communities has to stop. I mean, it just we got to figure out a way out. How to whether it's these people, these lower income communities. I don't even know it's even a lower income community, man. To be honest with you, I don't know shit about Havana, so I shouldn't even say that. Dude.
I know nothing about it. I just know it's on the state line and 16 miles away from Tallahassee.
I saw on Facebook someone whom I trust say that he has family there and that he refuses to go. So that particular area clearly is not that pleasant.
Okay, well, maybe okay. So, I would say this, man. Maybe they just need more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? To get themselves out the streets, gives them some kind of hope, and give them an opportunity to do something different than what's going on. And hopefully these leaders kind of figure that shit out. I'm not a smart guy. I'm a garbage guy. But it just seems like we can kind of figure this shit out if we just come together and work together, and real leaders that want to be a part of the community should be able to try to help, at least come out and say something and try to come out with a resolution to what's going on, because
I just hate to see you got a young man like this with his whole life ahead of him, and he's obviously a determined, successful young man, and some bullshit just finds him.
Gets him. Yeah.
It just finds him. Like some bullshit finds him for no good fucking reason. This kid wasn't out there doing shit wrong. And some shit just finds him for no reason. And that's heartbreaking. Man. That's just heartbreaking.
Look, living in Sanford, man, it's not easy. I can tell you that much. And especially certain parts of Sanford. I don't know exactly where he grew up, but Sanford's not an easy place to live. Trayvon Martin, incident happened here, man. We've have our, kind of issues that have gone on here. We have our, little hoods. You got Midway, you got Goldsboro, you got Georgetown. You got 21 Jump Street, man. Like, I lived in these streets. I kind of grew up in them, man. So I know them. It's not easy, you know what I'm saying? And this guy, um, goes to school, man. Sounds like he's, got an education. I obviously did way better than I did, man. And I couldn't go to college. He was accepted into Florida State. Obviously, smart kid, and trying to make the best out of his life, and not doing anything wrong. Went to a family gathering, um, and trying to make the best of his life, and this type of tragedy, tra- I can't
Tragedy.
even say- tragedy.
Strategy. Yeah.
I'm getting tired, dude. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning.
Hey,
But
you still got a long night ahead of you too.
yeah, I know I got a draft after this. But but that happens. Give me 1 second, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
happens, and it's just sad, and you know, we gun violence has to stop. I'm not one of those type of dudes that want to get guns off the street and be one of those gun protesters, and sit there and say that we got to get the guns off the street, the guns are the problems, and blah blah blah. But I think we need more education. We need to have more opportunities, especially in these low income areas, and better opportunities. And look, man, I'm praying for him, and I'm praying for his family. He's in stable condition. Hopefully, we'll get some more news out of him. But so far, he's trending to at least survive this. Football is football. I have no idea what his football, future holds for him. But
it sucks, bro.
we're just praying for him and hope that he comes through this and and able to because I guarantee you, man, that whether he can play football or not, Florida State will give that dude his scholarship, and that dude's going to be have an
Oh yeah,
opportunity.
without a doubt.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
he'll have an opportunity to succeed in life, and but he's got to make it, right? He's got to make it through it, and hey, man, praying for him, man. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
I get you, and unfortunately, I don't think people are going to make a difference or the outcry, like you said, until they find it important. This is not something important. I mean, we're arguing about the logo of Cracker Barrel. That's what's important nowadays, right? We're not the situation like this is not important, right?
That's
We don't
that's the media's take on it. I don't think
Correct.
that's the take of the people here
I'm
having
not
this
saying that,
conversation.
but the media also dictates what a lot of people think, right? Or which
very good point.
direction we're going, right? So
Yeah.
if Cracker Barrel is the biggest story in the nation, because they changed their logo, right? No one's going to care about this poor guy who just got shot in the head for no reason. No one's
Right.
going to march. No one's going to show up. No one's going to. Matter of fact, unless you are a Florida State fan or football fan all in general,
or
all
lived
around,
in Sanford, because I'm sure in Sanford
or lived in
that's the
Sanford,
big
perhaps.
News, yeah.
Do you know that this actually happened to this guy?
Probably not.
Well, it's on
Exactly
the
right.
it's on the local news in Orlando. That's I think the only reason it's on the local news in Orlando because he's
From
a local
Sanford.
kid. He's
From
a local
Sanford.
kid.
Hey
Are
guys,
they
we only,
playing it? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
nope. I was about to say we only have a few more minutes left. So guess what? It is time, Toby, to take over to do our AFC South and AFC West picks. Here we
Yeah,
go.
we're just going to pick these real quick. We're at the end of the show. We're into real football now, so we ain't going to take a bunch of time on this, but we will go ahead and do AFC South real quick. In my opinion, trashiest, worst division in football.
It is.
I will go Jacksonville Jaguars winning the division.
Ooh.
I will go Houston Texans second. I will go Tennessee Titans third and Indianapolis Colts fourth.
All right,
Wow.
There's only
Wally-
one pick that I agree with on that one, but go ahead, Wally.
Wow.
Wally, what you got?
Oh man. I think Houston Texans wins that division. That defense. I'm a Stroud fan. So I think Texas wins that division. Jacksonville comes in second. Indy gives them a run. I think Indy has an opportunity to give them. Oh yeah,
We're gonna beat the shit out. The Dolphins gonna beat the shit out of them Sunday.
whatever. You have to go to Indy. And then what's the last team? Tennessee. Tennessee's gonna have some growing pains with Ward. I think they're competitive, but you got to give them another year. So I go Texas, Jacksonville, Indy, and then Tennessee.
All right, what's your pick, Keith?
I'm going Houston first, Tennessee second. I don't understand why Wally don't like Cam Ward, but
I like him. You know I do.
And Wally have underestimated this guy from day one.
No, because he's supposed to go to Florida State.
Oh, that's your hate.
Okay. Well, yeah, he was supposed to go to Florida State, and then he goes, "Oh, I'm going into the draft," and then it came out.
All right, so Houston 1, Tennessee 2, Jacksonville 3. Because even though I think Travis Hunter's going to make a big change, I think Sunshine is done.
Well, Sunshine, I don't think so.
Sunshine fucking done. How many coaches Sunshine have got fired?
Well, the biggest thing about Sunshine was when he came out of college, they said he never even really liked football.
How many coaches have Sunshine got fired?
I don't know if he's gotten fired. I think he's just, dude. I mean,
Urban Meyer wasn't his fault.
Yeah, Urban Meyer was just.
Urban Meyer was doing Urban Meyer business.
Urban Meyer was tragic.
You got
fire.
Indy in fourth.
Yeah, he's got Indy in fourth.
Daniel Jones. Y'all don't have no faith in Daniel Jones.
My picks
Daniel Jones don't have faith in Daniel Jones.
My picks are going to go with number 1, Titans, the Jags, Colts, and Texas. That's how I'm ranking my my picks.
Damn, but this man don't watch football at all.
Hey, that's spicy though. Hey, every year a team that's not supposed to win a division wins a fucking division.
Hey.
Have you ever heard of CJ Stroud, my friend?
No, I have not. But what I have heard is beginner's luck. So I think I'm going to win this whole entire competition.
That gives us the final division to rank. It's the AFC West, which might very well be the best division in football. I'll make this short and fucking sweet. I'm going to go Denver Broncos.
What?
I'm going to go Denver Broncos 1.
No fucking way.
I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs 2. And
I'm about to say if you did some shit that if you didn't say that, I'd be wanting to come over there to smoke whatever the fuck you're smoking because that's
I said
okay. Kansas City, Kansas City.
Kansas City was 2, and who was number 3? I didn't hear you.
Chargers.
Then Vegas,
and then Raiders.
All right,
but I think it's highly contested. I think even the Raiders win 8-9 games.
So, Keith, what you got?
Unlike my buddy Toby, you cannot underestimate goddamn Kermit, okay? And I think Travis Kelce is going to have a better year than he had last year.
I don't know. His balls are going to be deflated.
Listen, last year he wasn't worth it. He didn't do that well. This year
he was too worried about keeping her. Now that he's got a ring on,
he's got her now. Yeah. He got her now.
Yeah, but now he has to. Yeah, I guess he has to impress her and stuff like that. But he's gonna be running around with different.
No, he's already impressed her. He already put the ring on the finger.
And
he's gonna be like Tom Brady. He's gonna be like Tom Brady with deflated balls. That's for sure.
And about 2 weeks ago, what's his old lady name? I'm sleepy. I can't think of her name. Anyway, Taylor Swift. She hinted that she left a Easter egg that she might be the Super Bowl halftime show. So
I don't see that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, so if Kelsey is on the fucking Super Bowl
well, maybe. I mean, it's possible, but I don't see it.
So anyway, KC number 1, Denver number 2.
Denver.
I'm not a Hubbard fan at all, so I'm gonna put Raiders 3 and San Diego 4.
San Diego. Chargers.
LA Chargers.
Yeah, I was like, I got confused for a second.
Same shit.
San Diego.
Yeah, they switch around.
Well, you're talking to somebody that thinks Minnesota has a.
It's not Minnesota. It's Milwaukee.
I still call the Raiders Oakland. Goddammit! So it's a struggle to say Las Vegas Raiders.
All right, so Wally, what you got?
Kansas City, man. Look, they got receivers coming back. Rashid Rice is going to be on suspension. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, didn't even play really last year. He's coming off an injury. We got the offensive line that they tighten up. I just with the players that they got coming back, the players that are returning from injury. Until you beat the champs, man, they're going to be the champs. So I got to go KC 1.
Okay.
Denver's a team. That defense is going to be legit. That defense is going to be legit. And Bo Nix, watch out. Like a lot of people don't know about Bo Nix, but they're going to find out about him this year. I think he's going to have a big year. I think Denver comes in second.
Number 3.
Is it possible all 4 of these teams make the playoffs?
No, it is possible 3 of them do, though. And I think it's very possible the Chargers make it. But you go ahead and go where you're going.
I think Denver overrated. Personally, I took the number 2.
They got the best offensive line. They probably had the best offensive line in the NFL.
Yeah, that's last year. God damn.
No, that's still the same offense, dude. Denver's
I'm not gonna lie. Bo Nix is nice. I gotta give Bo Nix. Now the bitch 45 years old, but he's nice.
No, that dude's got an arm on him. That dude threads the needle. He's legit, dude.
Bo Nix was a freshman in high school the same year I was a senior in high school. But
okay, but I don't give a damn how old he is. That motherfucker's still playing. Let me tell you, that dude can throw the ball. That dude can thread the needle. He makes all the NFL throws. That he's legit, dude. That team's gonna be. Watch out for Denver. Fuck, man. I guess I have to go with the Chargers, man. Number 3. I think Herbert. They're a little weak on wide receivers, so that kind of hurts them a little bit.
McConkey, Keenan Allen, fucking.
I know, but Keenan Allen always scares me. I know.
I like it.
I mean, they got a squad.
Keenan Allen, oldest Bo Nix. So,
but that defense. Did they bring Bosa back? No, Bosa.
No, he went to the fucking.
He left.
Yeah. Okay, so Bosa's not there, but they still got who's the linebacker?
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, Khalil Mack. So they got Mack. They still have Mack. They still got they got James. I mean, they got dudes on the defense.
Dog, you drinking a Monster at 9:00 at night?
Yeah, I still got a fucking draft I gotta do. So I'm gonna go LA Chargers 3rd, and the Raiders. Look, I think the Raiders are on the right path. I think they got an opportunity, but unfortunately, in this division, they're going to come in 4th.
My picks are going to be number 1 Chiefs, number 2 Raiders, number 3 would be Broncos, and Chargers coming in last.
Wow, tough.
And
that
then
actually sound legit.
It could happen in that division. Hey,
it could happen.
That division,
it
doesn't matter who you say. I mean, they're all an opportunity for them to come in. You know,
like the Raiders got Pete Carroll, dog. Like Pete Carroll ain't coaching no flimsy, weak bullshit.
I mean, they got Geno Smith. They got Gentry. You know, they got. I mean, they got dudes. They got Amari Cooper. They got the tight end. Who's the tight end? Toby.
Oh, Brock Bowers, motherfucker.
Bowers.
Best in the league.
Bowers is nice, but Dolphins tried to get him last year. The Raiders didn't want to get rid of him.
So I mean, Raiders have an opportunity, man.
And they got that motherfucker Crosby on defense too.
Well, exactly. I didn't even get to that side of the ball, but yeah,
Crosby is a problem, bro.
So, before we end the show, ChatGPT predicted this season and predicted the record of each team. So, real quick, what I want to do is I want everybody here to pick a team. Doesn't matter what conference they're in. Pick a team. And I'll tell you what ChatGPT says about their record for this
Miami
year.
Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins. 10-7. 10-7 is what ChatGPT says.
Not where I got them. Maybe get to 11.
10-7 might not get you the playoffs though.
Might not.
But okay. Give me one, Keith.
Buffalo Bills.
11-6.
Bullshit.
And then Wally, give me a team that any team doesn't matter. This is ChatGPT predictions.
Just to fuck with these two fuckers.
Yeah.
Let's go New England.
New England Patriots going to go 5-12.
Yeah,
no way.
ChatGPT's
no
dumb
way.
as fuck.
And then ChatGPT has the Miami Dolphins going into the divisional playoffs.
No way. Okay, now this fucking
losing to Kansas City.
This is Jason's chat.
Dallas Cowboys will be also. Dallas Cowboys will also make it into the playoffs.
By the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, that's you fucked up right there.
Hold on. I will show this. ChatGPT says here that the Dolphins will make it into the divisional. So will the Cowboys. And then
the Cowboys.
Did you look that up before they lost Mike or after they lost Mike?
And then so the conference will be KC and Baltimore and San Francisco and Philadelphia. And the Super Bowl champions will be the San Francisco 49ers, according to ChatGPT.
Guess I should have dropped McCaffrey.
All right. Boys, that's the end of our show. Thanks for joining us. If you're hanging out with us, if you hung out with us for the last 2 hours, thank you so much. Guys, it's time for our final words. What do you got for us, Keith?
Hey, guys, thanks for riding with us these last 2 hours on a Wednesday hump day night. Now go do some humping.
What? All right. What you got for us, Toby?
That man, NFL about to kick off tomorrow. We got 2 good games here on Thursday and Friday night. So it's football season, man. I'm in fucking heaven.
Hell yeah! And Wally, what you got for us?
Yeah, man, excited about the NFL season. Man, super excited. Last weekend with the college football season opening up, and just want to say, prayer to Ethan's family. Boki in the house.
And I'm Jay. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We will see you guys next Wednesday, 7 p.m., not 7 a.m., 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube. All right, boys, it's late. I got to go to sleep. It is time to get the hell out of here. Let's go, boys.
And that's it for today's episode of the FLA Trash Talkers. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you had fun listening, we're doing something right. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to share the show with all your friends. New episodes are live every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on YouTube, and you don't want to miss the next show. You can watch all of our shows on YouTube. Just search for the FLA Trash Talkers Podcast. Until next Wednesday, the world is hectic, so don't take everything so seriously. Don't get so offended, and keep talking trash. We'll see you on the next episode.